Good morning, Mia. Good morning. Up you go, girl. Good job. All right. Yeah, Clover just left you a bunch of alfalfa. Let me get you some good stuff, girl. I don't know what happened with my light there. Here we go. We feed our girls pellets when they are on the milk stand. And what we do is adjust the blend according to the phase of lactation that they are in. When they are early in lactation, we support them a bit more with a little bit more grain concentrate. We use a 16% protein grain, and we mix in alfalfa pellets to kind of dilute that amount of grain down, because they could really make themselves sick by gorging on grain alone while they're up here on the milk stand. And you don't want them to run out of food. So the way to get around that is to add some alfalfa pellets in, because that's just like they're eating alfalfa hay, which is really good for them when they're in milk. Lots of calcium. So early in lactation, we use a 2-part 16% goat grain to 1 part alfalfa pellets and 1/2 part black oil sunflower seeds. Black oil sunflower seeds help increase butter fat, and research shows that it also contributes to the amount of milk that they make. So we make a blend of that, and then once everyone has hit their peak production point, which is typically around 2 months into lactation, and everyone looks really good in their body condition, we will tweak that back to a 1:1 to 1/2. So 1 part grain, 1 part alfalfa pellets, and 1/2 part black oil sunflower seeds. And Dennis mixes all that up for us because it's a little bit of a chore to mix all of that feed. He's the muscle around here, so he always makes sure that I got plenty of feed mixed up. And then they'll stay on that throughout the rest of their lactation. That works really well for us. Everyone's nutritional needs of their herd is going to be different. So because that works for me doesn't necessarily mean that that is going to work for you, or that the process that I use in cutting them back is going to work for you. The thing about goats is you cannot cookie cutter anything. You need to find a foundation to start with, but you can't mimic what somebody else is doing and expect to have their outcome, because there are many, many, many factors that impact outcomes with goats. Some of it has to do with the type of forage that you have or don't have growing on your property. If they are on pasture versus browse. Did you run out of food, baby? What kind of water you have. Well water, some well water can have some antagonists in it or that prohibit mineral uptake in your goats. So there's lots of things that need to be taken into account when we're talking about nutrition profile for our dairy goats, or any of our goats in particular. And that's another thing. You can't feed your lactating goats, your growing kids, your intact male goats, your castrated goats. You can't feed everybody the exact same diet and expect the same outcome in everybody,